draining all your energy, better pull them like a weed. Undefeated in life, shit, I sprouted like a seed.
What's good, YouTube? Back with another video. So today I will be showing y'all how to direct sow some seeds. A lot of times when we direct sow some seeds, we make mistakes, no matter if it's overwatering, underwatering, putting them too deep, not putting them deep enough, planting them in the wrong temperature, like the wrong time of the season. So there are a few things that may hinder you whenever you direct sow some seeds. And so today I would just be showing you some tips and tricks on how I get mine to start. So here I will be planting black seeded Simpson lettuce. So when it comes to lettuce, lettuce has light requirements, and it also cannot be buried too deep, because if it's buried too deep, one, it will not germinate, or two, it may just rot. So here I mulched all of this. So I uncovered the mulch slightly with a little bit of dirt, and from here I'm just gonna be sprinkling the seeds. Whenever I do lettuce, majority of the time I seed heavy, especially when I'm direct sowing. Now if I was starting in a sealed tray, then I probably would just do three per tray. But since I'm starting direct sowing, I'm just seeding heavy. So from here, when you cover it up, just very lightly covered it up with the dirt. This is why I have the mulch, so it could stay moist during the germination process. And from there, you just wait about a week or two, and they will be emerge. So here, I will be planting oregano. This, what I'm planting in, I had a drawer that I had, and it just wasn't working out too well. So I was like, hey, I maybe could use it as a small raised bed or a container. So I'm using it as a container, and I'm gonna be planting herbs in this. The first herb I'm gonna plant that probably will end up taking over this whole thing is oregano. So when you plant oregano, you don't really even have to dig a hole. Just move a little bit of the dirt to the side, just like that. And I sprinkle the seeds. Since they're very, very small, this is why you don't have to necessarily dig a hole. I don't know if y'all could see those seeds down there, but they are in there, right there, right there. And so when you cover them up, you just slightly cover them up, tap it down, and just keep it moving. So the next thing I will be planting is zucchini. So with these zucchini seeds, since they're larger, you can plant them deeper. So most of the time when I plant zucchini, yellow squash, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, any of the melon or squash family, pumpkin, I typically go to about this depth, or if it's a very large seed like this, I may even go to this depth, because majority of the time I could keep the moisture level well, and from there, whenever it pops up, it has a good structure for it not to blow around in the wind. So I'm putting 2 seeds in that hole and 2 seeds right next to it. From here, depending on the germination rate, I would thin it out. This is a 5-gallon pot, so I probably would just end up thinning it out to 2 or 1 plant for this pot. Just lightly cover it, pat it down, and keep it moving. So here, I will be planting okra. It's the summertime. I have a loofah right here and another loofah right here. Last year, I was able to grow a loofah up a sunflower. So I'm gonna just see if I'm able to do it again this year, but just doing it with okra. With the okra, I typically just do the first line on my finger. This also has mulch on it. So I move the mulch out the way. First line. Typically go about this far apart. But since I'm just doing my thing, I'm just making a little pattern. Drop in 2 seeds per hole. Lightly cover. Keep it moving. So here I'm planting collard greens. For this one, I go about half the distance of my finger between the line. And I'm gonna apply 2 seeds per hole. And then the rest I just sprinkle around. Lightly cover it up. Pat it down a little bit and keep it moving. When it comes to direct sowing seeds, the main tips that I would like to give is read the back of the label. Majority of the time, the back of the label is telling you right. The thing that the back of the label does not tell you is moisture levels and majority of the time, the temperature of the soil. All of the seeds that I planted today need pretty warm soil. The black seeded Simpson lettuce, even though most lettuce enjoy cool weather, the black seeded Simpson can also have a harvest before it gets super hot here. Here, it is still the middle of May, so I still have time to get a couple harvests off of the lettuce. So whenever you're planting these things, just be sure to know that the soil temperature has to be the right temperature, because if it's too early or it's too late, it may not germinate at the right rate, and you might germinate late or you might germinate early. When it comes to seed depth, my rule of thumb is the bigger the seed, the bigger you plant it. If you don't have a good eye for measurements, I love to use my finger as well as the dibble. I used the dibble in one of my prior videos if y'all want to go check that out. But a dibble is a good tip and trick that can be used if you don't necessarily like getting your fingers dirty. Also with a dibble, you can use a ruler to where you can measure 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/2 of an inch, and also 1 inch whenever you want to plant. So it's just a whole lot easier whenever you're actually doing it. And you can just put the dibble in, dip, 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 and you can just keep it moving. So one thing that I want to tell y'all about that y'all might have noticed in the background here, a tree fell on my greenhouse, and well, when I came out here about a week ago, it was bent up because of the wind, and I had staked it down pretty well. But when you stake it down pretty well, you got to worry about the wind because it is plastic. It ended up bending up. I posted a video how I had reinforced it with a little bit of wood, but now today the wind was extra high and the tree just decided to come down and crash my party. But I'm going to continue to keep it going. I'm going to keep starting these seedlings. Just got to figure something else out. Just know that whenever something happens, that doesn't mean give up. You can keep doing it, and y'all just going to keep coming along with the journey. Y'all seen when I first got it, and y'all see it here. And y'all going to see the next thing that I do, and we just going to keep it moving. I want to thank all of y'all for watching this video. Keep commenting down below. I really like seeing y'all comments. It motivates me to keep going. And I just want to let y'all know that the journey continues, and we just gonna keep it moving. And yeah.
Draining all your energy, better pull them like a weed. Undefeated in life, shit, I sprouted like